go through how to for Kings of War characters.
I had someone send this to me. They had said that, you know, they're a huge fan of Kings of War, and that there's really not too much on YouTube for it. So I figured we'd paint it up kind of like the concept art. A simple way to get your guy painted for playing this game. Thank you. You know who you are for sending me this. And we'll paint our first Kings of War. Mantic Games. Never checked them out before, but they seem good. And yeah, so let's just get down to the table. Kings of War. Getting it done here. Miniocalypse. Fight the Grey War. Okay, so here we are. We're going to get this cut open. What do we got here? A whip and a dagger. Some weapons. Looks pretty cool. Right off the bat, I noticed this is a pretty small miniature and pretty detailed. So this is going to be fun. There's even stitching on the clothing there. Wow, this will be fun. This will be a learning experience for all of us. It cleaned amazingly easy. So I decided to leave a bit of the sprue on this. Kind of made it look like the tip of the whip is a sharpened rock. Let's get it painted. First up is Russ Grey. Got that on the palette, thinned it with a drop of water, and I started base coating her undershirt first, and onto Rhinox hide. Same deal, base coating the leather belt, anything that I wanted to end up being a dark leather, like the arm guards here, bracers. Just a quick coat. Got some Rhinox hide on the boots. Again, just a quick base coat. Then onto some leather brown. Threw it down on the palette. Didn't need water. Armor painter's kind of thin. I base coated anything else that was going to be just another leather. Have some variation. I also base coated all of the fur in the leather brown as well to get a decent shadow. Now we have Russ Grey. This is an air paint, so I didn't thin it, and went to base coating the mid section, curious or whatever, clothy midsection thing. No clue what it's called. Onto some Seraphin Sepia. This stuff's awesome. I just laid it down on the whole model. I kept it kind of thick on the areas of the furs, and the rest of it I just put it on there, made sure it was hitting the recesses, mainly to help guide me along with the shadows, and I figured it would add a kind of a rustic look to it to start with. Now Macraggy blue, put it on the palette, drop of water, mix it up, and went to base coating on the cloak section, the hooded part of the cloak. Just got it a good base coat of blue on all of the areas of blue. Moved on to tan flesh. Hit the face real quick, just watered it down. Actually, I didn't have to water that down. And quick base coat, let that dry. Onto some black. Got some black on the palette. Just quickly base coated up the whip. Was in full-blown paint mode at this point in time. Oh yeah, nice coverage. Now to a black wash. Put a drop of black down, usually about 5 drops of my water dropper, and I just mix that up until it's real thin, and it just drops right in the recesses there, as you can see. I went over some of the fur areas and
I believe I ended up hitting, yeah, like the cloak here, anywhere that I wanted there to be a more defined shadow or wrinkles of the cloth, just to help, mainly to pop that out, and secondly so I could see what was going on. Hit that midsection there, that really helped pop that out. Moved on to a dark blue wash. Just made another wash, took the blue I had, added some black to it. And here I'm hitting up the recesses of the blue cloth, trying to only do that to help transition from darker to lighter, keep it looking a little more natural. Mixed up a dark wolf gray glaze. The glaze is not quite as thin as a wash. It's still fairly thin. And I just put this on the areas of the white that I thought would be shaded. I'm no professional on lighting or anything, so I'll be honest, it was all a little bit of guesswork. Then moved on to another glaze with the Macragge blue. And with this, I just hit up the edges. After everything had a wash on it and stuff, the regular blue ended up standing back out. Now we're hitting up some fine details here. Threw some wolf gray on the edge of the dagger, which I had base coated in black. Grabbed up some Rakarth flesh and just tried picking out the tops of the leather and focused in on some of the stitching. I didn't get all of the stitching done. I was trying to keep this just quick and simple, and where it'd be just a little bit above tabletop quality, something you could set down to play with and your friends might be like, oh, there's a little more detail in that. Onto the Lothern blue, some highlights. Again, watered that down a little bit, and now I'm just focusing it on the edges of the cloth, the raised portions where it would be catching the light. Pretty simple. For the piece of cloth hanging off the belt, I made that a lighter shade of blue all around, just so it looked as if it was a still blue, but lighter material of the blue. And the last detail that I decided to go in on was the belt here. I purchased this glaze, so I wanted to try it. I just glazed over the center part of the belt there, and then grabbed up my Retributor armor, outlined that so it had a little sparkly pizzazz to it, and voila, there we are. Just a real quick, simple, fast paint job. If you guys have any questions, comment. If you want to see more done to this, hit me up on social media or something. I'll get another video out. Fight the Grey War, paint them minis. I'd like to thank my top Patreon, Jeff C. from Tiny Monsters, and the first people to buy shirts. Thanks, Jeff C. Thanks, Ronald F. And thank you to all you viewers.